Hey guys, it's me, Demonata What If. So, I'll be honest with you, I almost forgot to upload this. I've been really busy with this project that I have literally for tomorrow. I've got like a 60-marker question for psychology, which is a pain, because it's a new sort of question. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but yeah. On top of that, I've got like a whole bunch of projects lined up, which is just a pain. So yeah, anyway, my bad for almost missing this, but yeah, I've ran out. I've got content. Okay, I've got content. But yeah, I'll start off with explaining what happened in the last part, then I'll get into this. Okay. Basically, last time Ichigo met up with the Vizareds, they had cried to him and kind of thanked him for what he did. He says he's going to train them. They come. Orihime get mad. She run off. Then Aizen grabs her and... ooh, spooky stuff at the end. Basically, he turns her into a hollow sort of person. Anyway, so yeah, I'm moving on to part 14 now. So, hope you enjoy this and didn't mention... for some reason I haven't mentioned this already, but, you know, this is what if Ichigo Kurosaki was in back in time. Part 14. I will begin with the story now. Orihime felt dull. She felt like she was missing something. She felt empty, but every so often she would open her eyes very, very slightly, and she would see different people or just shadowy confines of a white room. Certain people, such as a strange brown-haired man in white, was walking around. She tried to think of who it would be, and she didn't like what she thought. She sometimes saw a white person, a man dressed in white, with white hair maybe, and she heard him whispering every so often, saying, "I'm sorry, I'll get you back. Don't worry, I promise you." Almost like he was apologizing to her, maybe someone else he knew. But yeah, she knew that something was going on. After all, it's not the most common thing for her to just wake up not knowing where she is, unconscious. She hadn't seen this area before. She can't remember seeing about it. But over time, eventually, it felt like, what was the word? Years since she had last been awake. But she eventually did wake up, and in front of her, she saw a small box. It was a camera. Where did she get that word from? She couldn't remember. But this camera was pointed at her, and she saw a face. Or at least that's what she thinks the word was. But she sees a face of orange-haired man. He reminded her of someone, but she didn't know who it was. However, on his face was a look of what could only be described as anger. Moving on to the point of view of Ichigo. Ichigo was currently feeling extreme anger, hatred and pain. He saw it as he saw his girlfriend in a testing tube that was slightly opened. And most importantly, she had a hole in her chest and remnants of a white mask covering most of her face. As he saw her confusion and general uneasiness, he thought to himself that he wanted to hug her. He wanted to be with her, telling her that it would be right. But he knew that ever since she left after being angry with him, that she wasn't here. She wasn't there to be with him. How he wanted her to be here. He then heard Aizen speaking once more. "So, Ichigo, how would you like to meet your little girlfriend here?" Ichigo gives a stare to Aizen, not knowing what's going on, but he replies with a simple, "Yes, I would like to see her in person." A gargantua gate opens up behind Ichigo, with Orihime falling through it, in a way. However, she seems to take a sniff of the air, and as she looks back towards him, she rushes at him, attempting to jab him in the face. In response, however, he, without realizing it, he's already ducking, trying to move out the way and pull her back. She then sends out her hairbands, whatever they're called, her braids, without even using her usual voice commands on them. They instantly lash out as a blade, attempting to go for Ichigo, and just barely missing him, slightly eroding his skin away. This continues like that, with Ichigo on the defensive, attempting to dodge each one of the cuts towards him, and sometimes trying to pull Orihime back and just hold tight onto her and trying to stop her movements. However, due to her incredible shielding and the movement of her blade, he never got a chance to get close enough. Of course, it didn't help that he was holding back, trying not to hurt her, barely even using any reactor in his fighting style, just in case something misfires and hurts her too badly. Eventually, he only has one thing left, as a diagonal strike is about to hit him in the chest, and he decides to jump back, shinpoing to the side, and then shinpoing back to her. And then Orihime feels something strange. She feels something wrapping around her. This, of course, is Ichigo's arms tenderly wrapping around her, like with care. But the scene changes as a orange-yellow blade goes right through Ichigo's stomach. It is already decaying almost instantaneously as this occurs, and Ichigo his eyes widen, but he keeps on hugging her. As this happens, Orihime snaps out of this state. She begins remembering Ichigo, their time together. She remembers as she left him after she felt jealous, realizing how much of a mistake that was. She remembers training with him the night before. She remembers how she worked with some other people to help Ichigo and try and protect him. She remembers seeing so many things and being with him for years. She turns around and she goes to try and stop his damage. She stops the decaying, but the wound is still there. Time is slowly rerounding it. The wound is no longer peeling. However, there is a hole there. And since Ichigo is permanently in his body form, this hole is permanent. Ichigo now has a permanent hole that is slightly affecting his stomach and other important parts of his body. Ichigo slowly begins waking up, Aizen having long since ended the call after noticing that Orihime had woken up, hoping that Ichigo had died already, as he went back to his own endeavours. On the other hand, Ichigo waking up is now in a sort of lap pillow position, an orange light emanating from his stomach due to Orihime still continuing to try and heal him. However, as she sees Ichigo waking up, trying to sit up, she pushes him back down and tells him, "Wait, Ichigo, I wanna see if I can still do something." A pale glow emanates from her as it starts surrounding her figure, although not too much. But she begins layering more and more of her I reject techniques on him. Ichigo also notices during this that she still has a hole in her chest, meaning she is still a hollow. Eventually, a few more hours pass like that. They are still somewhere in like the middle of a road or on a pavement, but you know, far enough from where people normally are. Eventually, Ichigo just isn't able to heal. Some tissue has gone put him back where it was. However, that other space is just not coming back. It's almost as if that area was rejected. But yeah, Orihime, Ichigo feels tears dropping into his face as he looks upwards towards Orihime, who now has tears running down her face. Ichigo quickly sits up, slightly wincing at the pain that is still there, and like and is asking her if everything's alright, and she just whispers to him, "Ichigo, end me. I don't know if I could hold on for much longer. I'm so hungry, and it's like I almost want to kill you and eat you myself." God, that came out wrong. Ichigo is now despairing, remembering what hollows he's met before have said about constantly being in an agonizing state of hunger due to their nature, and realizes that Orihime, she's in an Arankar. She is still in a state where she needs to feed constantly. He tries to tell her no, but she just keeps on insisting. Anyway, I know, a very short part. I think I had a really short part last time as well, but as I said, I didn't have much time to do stuff. But yeah, if you did enjoy this part, comment down below, like the video, subscribe, and if you just got confused, like I feel I just confused some people, yeah, I'm ending the video now. Again, I'm sorry for the short part. I just haven't had time to this, and I don't really have. I usually am forced to go to bed quite early, so yeah, I can't really hold on for this for much longer. So yeah, I hope you like the direction I'm taking this in. If you do have any suggestions for how I should take it, or if you don't really like this part and want me to change something, do comment down below. But yeah. Again, also thank you for lots of views on my, quite a few views on my Genshin Impact what if video, where what if Izuku was in Genshin Impact. You know, thanks for the support there, you know. Especially to one dude, or dudette, I don't really know which one, but based on the name I have to assume dude, Dexter Spider-Man, you know, who commented on my most recent Izuku, what if Izuku was in Genshin Impact. But yeah, anyway, really thank you so much for watching the video, and yeah, I'll be posting this as soon as possible. So yeah, a little late, but yeah, see ya.